Hi friends, this is Krish the Urban Naxal and I am going to explain to you very quickly, preferably within 10 minutes, some things that are quite strange about this project called RUNWAL EIRENE Part-1. RUNWAL EIRENE Part-1 is a very large project in terms of there are a number of towers. There are about 12 towers or more than 12 towers actually, and this project is owned by a company called RUNWAL Woolen Mills Private Limited, which has been bought over by RUNWAL developers. So this project, the details of this project were updated on RUNWAL, on RERA on 20th April 2022, which means the details must be up to date, or we can assume safely that it is up to date. Now, if you go on the RERA website and check out this project, by the way, EIRENE is spelled E-I-R-E-N-E. So, RUNWAL E-I-R-E-N-E, EIRENE Part 1. If you check this project, you will see something strange right off the bat. You will see the project proposed date of completion was December 2021, and that was revised. Usually revisions are quite small. It may be 6 months, it may be 18 months because of COVID, but here the project date was revised from October 2021 straight to June 2025. So 4.5 years increase. That is quite unusual, quite striking. Now we look at the answers to litigations related to project. It says no litigations. Now this is going to become important in a few moments. You'll realize why I am pointing this out to you. They say there are no litigations. And then what happens next is, if you start scrolling down and looking at the project, you will see that it appears to be almost complete. So internal roads and footpaths, yes, 100% complete. Rainwater conservation, water conservation, 100% complete. Water supply, 100% complete. Sewage, 100% complete, and so on. All the common areas and facilities are mostly 100% complete. Then you come to the towers, and you will see some towers like Tower 6A, for example, where it says the excavation, the plinth, the number of podiums, all that is 100% complete. But then some work, internal walls, plastering, sanitary fittings, all those things are not yet complete. Now, if a tower is typically in this stage where the basic structure of the tower is complete and only some internal works and plumbing and so on is required, a builder may take 1 year, maybe 2 years. Why are they asking for time till June 2025, which is still 3 years from now? Very strange. Now this is, I talked about Tower 6A, and there are a few other towers, 6B and so on and so forth. And you find that they say these similar things, but then it gets dicey. The dicey part is when you scroll down further in the same project, you will see towers which are 100% complete. Everything is complete. Everything means everything is complete. And yet it says that the completion date is going to be 2025 June. Why? Why, if everything is complete, everything is 100% complete, and booking is also mostly done, most of the flats are booked, small number of flats remaining to be booked, why are they not just saying that everything is complete and we will hand over possession? That's very strange. So you find this, you got Tower 13, Tower 12, 11, 10, everything is complete. everything, 100%, 100%, 100%, everything. Mostly sold also. Couple of flats remaining in each of these buildings. Even stranger, you will find that 4 of the towers, cooperative society formation is also complete. You got certificates of completion of the cooperative society's formation, which means people must be staying there. But they are saying that the completion date is June 2025. My guess is, I could be wrong, but even in these completed projects where they have formed the society, my guess is they haven't received the occupancy certificate. That's my guess, because only when you receive the occupancy certificate, you can present it to RERA and say, this project is complete, it is over, there is nothing more to be done. That doesn't seem to be the case. That's my guess. Now, all the flats have been largely sold in all the towers. As I said, there are 13 towers or so, and the numbering starts from 6. So in 6 you got 6-1, 6A, 6B, 6C and so on. Those are the towers where some work remains. But why are they dragging it out till June 2026? That is the question. What could be the answer? Okay, coming to litigations. Litigation could be one answer. Are there litigations they aren't declaring? You get this suspicion, and the reason you get this suspicion is that when you come to their encumbrances certificate, you read on their encumbrances certificate, they mention litigations, and they say litigations are mentioned on RERA website. They are not. But they say they are. So, what is this? Then in one particular encumbrance certificate, they mention a certain writ petition which was filed, and some flats, 8 flats were not are allegedly not in compliance with the orders of that writ petition. Hence, they say that we have reserved those 8 flats. But that's just 8 flats they are saying. Why are they keeping the whole thing incomplete? Now, there is a third thing. The third thing is they have filed one more document which states that we Dhruva Woolen Mills Private Limited are the promoters of real estate project named RUNWAL EIRENE Part-1, having registration number P51700004574. The real estate project comprises of 11 buildings. At the time of registration of the project, we had declared 30th June 2024 as the completion of the real estate project. That's not true, because their own, on RERA it says 2021. Still, they are saying 30th June 2024 they declared as the date of completion. At the time of registration, we had uploaded Form B dated 29th July 2017 on RERA website. So, wherein we have mentioned the date of handover of possession of Tower 8 and 9 as December 2019 and Tower 11 and 12 as June 2019. Now, this is on an affidavit on stamp paper. And now what are they saying? Now they are saying there is a problem, and the problem is with the high-rise committee. There is some issue with the permissions from high-rise committee. Now they go out of their way to explain. They say after registration of the project on 7 September 2017, Government of Maharashtra issued a notification thereby introducing certain modifications and amendments to Thane Development Control Regulations, DC regulations, wherein it became mandatory to take approval of high-rise committee for buildings having height of more than 70 meters. Now, mind you, this, if it has affected them, typically it would have affected a lot of others. But I'm yet to come across a project where you have this issue, this particular issue, that everything is almost complete and yet the they are seeking 4 or 5 years more. That kind of an issue, very rare. But they are saying they have been affected by this high-rise committee. So they say that we sought the approval of high-rise committee, in order to complete construction of some towers till 34th floor. Then high-rise committee had still not been constituted. It was constituted on 16th Jan 2018. Okay, and so on and so forth. So they explain their whole thing, and then they say we are committed to complete the project at the earliest, and they are giving a kind of a commitment that Athena Tower 8, Ananke Tower 9, Brizo Tower 11 and Artemis Tower 12 will be completed on June 2020, which means it should have been completed. But if you look at RERA, it is still saying June 2025. So 5 years ahead. Now, this is the situation with RUNWAL EIRENE. Strange situation. They don't seem to be declaring all the litigations that are there. On RERA, they are saying there are no litigations. But as we can see, they are repeatedly referring to litigations in the encumbrances certificate. And while HRC, the high-rise committee proceedings or decisions may not be a litigation, but I think they should have declared it as a litigation all the same. I mean, it's not exactly in High Court or Supreme Court, or is it? We don't know. They are not declaring anything as a litigation. Now, is this a problem for you? Is all of this a problem for you? And I would argue, yes, it would be a problem for you guys. And the reason it would be a problem for you is that in your agreement pro forma, which is a fresh agreement pro forma uploaded in December 2021, they are saying very clearly that even if because of litigations, because of any court orders, because of any claims, so basically litigations, if because of litigations or because of orders of the government, they do not complete the project, that will be considered as a force majeure event. Force majeure event means act of God. Act of God means that you will not be compensated, and if you go to court against them, they will say, what can we do? We were helpless. It is an act of God. It is beyond our control. Now, I would argue that a builder is supposed to know all these factors, regulatory issues, and he's supposed to factor them in, and cannot just claim that he was affected by regulatory issues or legal issues and therefore he could not complete the project, and therefore you, the flat buyer, are put to a loss. Moreover, it is even more important that such a stand cannot be taken by a builder like RUNWAL, who forfeits even the token and booking amount money given by a flat buyer. You have not entered into an agreement. You just go there and in good faith in the sales office, you lay down a token of, you swipe a token of 50,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, just because you got convinced by what the sales guys were saying. And then if you change your mind, or if you have to change your mind because of various factors for which again the salesman may have contributory reasons, they may have contributed to the reason given you cause to change your mind, even then they will forfeit your amount. Such a builder on the other side is saying, even if there is litigation, government regulations, all these issues, there's a court order against us, we will argue that it is force majeure. and you guys will be made to sign in the agreement that it is a force majeure, it is an act of God. Not exactly what I would call fair principles of trading. So this is kind of an unfair business practice, I would argue. What is your opinion? Leave a comment. My name is Krishnaraj Rao. I assist people in understanding the content, what lies inside of real estate projects and the hidden dangers of real estate projects. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan.